you sure this is the right place? It feels like we keep heading deeper into the middle of nowhere. Hey, doesn't that tree look like the one she described in the directive? It looks like there's a way in over there. Let's take a look. Kokomi! So this is where you ran off to. We were gonna meet up and get things ready for the victory feast today.
I apologize. No.
You run out of energy? You mean you're like a
No, it's just a figure of speech. I'm ashamed to admit it, but you noticed? To be honest, constantly communicate. You're somehow, but because of my. So don't worry. I have to make a.
Is there anything we can do to help?
I should be. I was reading a book last time I was here, but I only got about halfway.
We'll find it and then we'll read it.
You do that for me? I'm really lucky you came back to Watatsumi Island.
Whoa. Look, so does Kokomi make time to deal with Sangonomiya? This is a lot. Hey, look! Swordfish?
That's give it.
Guess that was... It's gotta be. Look, there's well... Kokomi! Kokomi? Oh no! Tonight's the victory feast! Not to mention that the peace talks are just around the corner. You sure?
The light is at the war's over. Did you see?
Yep.
Thank you. Well, we better get ourselves.
Woohoo!
It looks like everything's in place for the feast.
Oh,
Don't worry.
that's great!
Welcome, everyone. Recently, none of us can thank you all. This feast. Tonight seems to have gone off without a hit. People tend to be. I still have, and I'm concerned.
Okay, shoot!
Watatsumi Island is fine. Recently, during the hostility, when the catch was, we'd go to bed. I hear.
Oh!
Come on.
there. Care for some fruit and vegetable? Are you referring to... It's funny you should say that the soldier. He's been acting... It's a miracle. Sorry,
Sounds promising. This guy...
Huh? Wait, don't tell me. Captain of... You actually came back.
Nuh-uh.
Do you remember what the most important thing... You got that right. So I'm gonna put you to the test. I'll answer your question.
What do you think? Are we gonna do this?
We'll see about...
Propagate!
You're a strong fighter. You really do have a warrior's will. Then maybe you can understand us. Captain. Comrade. We made it up. The story...
What? Poor Kokomi's been... What the heck were you...
Yes, that peace talks. What's to stop the... We are the We can't trust... Surely you agree...
His point does kinda make sense, but something about it doesn't feel... Yeah. Are you serious?
Don't take that tone with me. Acting like for the sake of victory, you'd have me just put down my... Every time I see them there in my mind's eye, it reminds me that I can never forgive the Tenryo Commission. I guess you're not one of us. Well, whatever. Go...
Too late? What are... Darn. Doesn't seem... What are we gonna do? The whole thing about they wanted the peace...
I see. I'm fine. Don't worry. This is my fault. If only I think I understand. The talks don't begin. I highly suspect that one of Kozen's pro-war...
Well, that's no good.
That won't work. It would almost... Not to mention...
Sounds like a...
Don't let it worry you. These soldiers... Let's meet here again. Here. These are some directives I wrote last night. I took the liberty.
Whoa. Let's see. Wow.
Glad to hear it, but as the divine priestess of Watatsumi, I'm excellent. It's been a while, Kujo-Sara. I believe the last time we met...
Yes, where you dealt my forces quite the But before we go any further, what are you doing here?
That's right. He's here to bear witness to the He experienced the war between us firsthand, and has made an...
Seems reasonable. The first item is that we intend to...
That's fine. But any losses they...
Accepted.
Negotiation?
The next item, in the past, economic cooperation between our islands. Since the war...
The problem there...
Correct me if I'm...
True, we're experiencing some shortages, but we will recover in due course. Between the... Not to mention...
Let's leave that aside for now, then. On to the military question. Watatsumi Island's forces will need to come back under the
That just isn't feasible. Not in the short term, at least.
With all due respect, feasibility doesn't come into it. The Tenryou Commission alone has ultimate responsibility for Inazuma's national security. We cannot allow Watatsumi Island to be the sole exception to this rule indefinitely.
You Kujo scum! Colluding with the Fatui isn't low enough for you already. You just want to take everything away from us. Comrades, never trust the Kujo! Let's get them!
Protect Madame Kujo!
Number 16. No, wait. 67? Or is it 73? Which one is it?
The last one. But hold off for the moment. Stand down, Tadakatsu! The situation has changed. Please stand by for further orders. Rest assured, I am fully aware of your concerns. But I will deal with the situation from here, Madame Kujo. This is rather serious. I believe you owe Watatsumi Island an explanation.
Excuse me for a moment. Nobody makes another move until I have finished. You two, here, now! Speak! Collusion with the Fatui? Is this true?
I wouldn't exactly call it collusion, as...
We were approached by a few Fatui. They mentioned a potential cooperation to keep the war against Watatsumi at the time.
But we were extreme... With respect...
That's enough. Might I remind you should be having...
The Fatui's main...
Oh, one day, we bear responsibility. My sincere...
For the time being...
It seems that I will lay this as for the trade issue.
Seems like
I never knew the grand strategy. I hope that I think we can leave...
I should inform you that I recommend...
I will bear this in mind. I shall take my...
Your Excellency, we...
Let's discuss it after we get back.
Your Excellency, you knew?
I have already been informed on the reasons for your action. You believe the Tenryou Commission to be untrustworthy and sought to sabotage the peace talks and reignite the war. Fortunately, the end result exposed and thwarted a secret Tenryou Commission plot. Yet, this was purely incidental, and the end certainly did not justify your mean.
But Your Excellency, so many comrades have sacrificed themselves in the line of duty. If we stop now, aren't all of our efforts going to... I want to keep fighting. I want ultimate victory, even if it means I have to pay...
I understand your sentiments, but you cannot simply impose your will and expect others to bear the consequences. During the war, there were highs and there were lows, and in the end, there was a glorious victory. For you, perhaps, but you saw Watatsumi Island's people. I understand. It was largely an...
It's not your fault either way.
Very well. Then I hereby declare... that as of today, I am founding you and your comrades will all be welcome to join.
Your Excellency...
I have concluded from today it is right that what I don't want to... All right, and if there is...
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for this...
I think that's finally everything, and I can feel my... Thank you for everything. With your help, peace has been... recovering. Slowly, but surely. Today was a I think I might get Goro to handle the Do you think so? But I realize now that how in short, I've still got some maturing to do.
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever. Take them. I have no need.
I wonder if he will come today. Life is short, so eat, drink, and be merry.
Oh? I didn't think I would see you here.
Are these two your friends?
Yes, we had the fortune of meeting not too long ago. Traveler, we were...
This, good sir, seems not to appreciate the almighty. We are just...
First?
As of today.
According to Mike, for example.
No, Edmora, the world's first righty.
A dagger?
Well,
I can't say. Let us not Rex Lap. The world's... No,
enough. Do you think you understand the Lord of Geo more than me?
I know but little about history, and I wouldn't dare to brag. But discussion is meaningless if everyone has the same opinion, no?
Well then, answer me this. Long ago, when Liyue Harbor was being constructed, the Lord of Geo taught the people how to build houses. The model home he used to teach them was completely cast from Mora, correct?
That is correct, indeed.
Okay, then tell me. Why would the Lord of Geo do something so extravagant, if not because of the mystical power that Mora contained?
There's a simple explanation, really. To the god of wealth and commerce, what material is easier to get than Mora? I mean, I am talking about Rex Lap.
Excuse me, sir. I have some questions about archaeology. Can we find somewhere quiet to chat? I mean, if it's okay with you.
Oh, it's no problem at all. But
Of course. Life is short, What I'm about to... Your argument... So I have a question for...
let's not analyze.
Right!
But when I was doing, the god of Morax used a rather...
What?
This...
Don't worry, please tell me what you know. This event, I've already searched...
No, it's just...
Over here, Mr. Zhongli. I've been looking for you. So you're over...
Put down your weapon and stay back. Otherwise,
First of all, I'm not holding a weapon. There's no need to overreact now. I'm simply an archaeological researcher from Snezhnaya. I'm not here for...
the Fatui say that every...
But this time, I registered with the Liyue Ministry of Civil Affairs. I could show you the official documentation if you want to see it. I will be conducting an archaeological search. I heard that Wang Sheng...
So you mean to say that this is work for the Wangsheng funeral parlor, yes? Well, since it's work, I don't have a choice. A consultant of the Wangsheng funeral parlor must risk...
Of course you would be such a
Wait, if...
That will give us a chance to continue the topic we were just discussing. Oh, and you should tag along too. This experience... It is a story...
This is... Wait.
But this friend...
Oh?
If my friend...
Hey, Paimon's good at that too!
Well, well, let's go. An ancient artifact.
Life is short, so eat, drink, and be merry. Life is short, so eat, drink, and be merry.
This place looks so ordinary.
Huh?
I don't mean...
Guyan Stone legend has it that wrecked after
These mountains?
what we see now, but due to... So besides
Well, a god able...
Indeed, most of the objects.
So you're... I mean... Well, since...
Okay then.
Huh? Me?
What's the matter? This is your profession. Why are you so surprised?
I get it. I'll...
Okay. The ancient god probably left behind lots of elemental marks. Following them should make our search much easier.
Well, go ahead then. Use your elemental sight to look for any marks.
Yeah. Ha. Ja. 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 Ha. Ha.
There is no escape!
Incinerate! You're toast! Barbados, guide us.
Why are there enemies
Guyan Stone Forest is a place where a god was defeated, and its remnants still affect the area to this day.
Illusion shattered! Wrap up with flame! Yeah.
They're gathering together here. But why?
See that object in the center? Perhaps it emits the remnant strength of the god. That would certainly attract them. But the hydromonic monsters... I have a contract. I must put my personal feelings aside. Go ahead. Defeat them and recover the relic.
Illusion shattered! Wind, hear me!
Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
It's just a stone slab, but its design is quite unique. This should be enough to garner some information. Let's head back.
You call yourself a scholar of archaeology? You can't even recognize this or that. What are you?
We all have our areas of expertise. I already tried
Oh, stop arguing! What in the world happened?
This girl just keeps bragging about how she's an archaeologist, but she doesn't even know anything about the surrounding ruins. I even know more than her. She left me to rely solely on guessing, experience, to find anything valuable to take back. Ugh, what a waste.
I've just been researching the god of salt, so I'm not familiar with sea relics. Is that so strange? And you kept asking about how much Mora everything is worth. Can the value of relics only be measured in Mora?
Isn't measuring their value in Mora the easiest way? This also matches the tradition.
Now, calm down. No need to make a fuss. We were able to bring back some intriguing objects. Oh, what a shame. These objects were indeed the stone slab.
Quick, give it! At least we didn't come for nothing. The power of the gods, yes! Oh, but these other objects are certainly worth a little something, right? It should be enough to cover the cost of hiring you.
So, it's only valuable for research if there are remnants of divine power?
Not at all. My quest but you?
Nonsense! I'm a professional archaeology researcher from Snezhnaya. I swear, if I'm lying, may the Lord of Geo strike me down.
Oh, by the way, you probably don't want to sell that tea.
Oh? Why's that?
That's not an ancient teacup. It's part of Ningguang's collection. It must have fallen here along with the Jade Chamber. So unless you want to mess with the chief...
Ah, I see. What a shame.
See? You do want to sell these objects!
So what? Why can't I pursue wealth both intellectual and material? Don't be so simple-minded. All right then. No need to stay here.
Boba, get them!
Right.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
I heard that Salterai was once the home of the god of Salt's people. Therefore, there's sure to be loads of valuable...
According to legend, the people of the god of Salt, Havria, enjoyed prosperous lives under her protection. But this legend has been around for ages. With the countless scrap collectors and treasure hoarders in the area, there probably aren't many valuable things.
Oh, good. That's just great. If I knew it was picked this clean before, I wouldn't have come.
About that, I know there's a ruin deep in this cave here. It's related to the god of Salt, which is actually how the area originally got its name of Saltera. However, the ruin entrance has been sealed by a mysterious power. I found a mechanism that seemed to be related to the seal, but when I undid the mechanism, the seal wasn't affected at all. So at the moment, the seal's origin and how to break it are very important topics in my research on the god of Salt. I don't know. There's no concrete evidence. But I'm pretty sure the god of so...
This doesn't...
Who cares about all...
You weren't...
but we have...
This seal...
I may know something about it.
What?
Over the years, I've heard various rumors with bits of knowledge about seals. Although their references seem rather disorderly, they do in fact contain the secret to breaking seal. Let's go take a look at the mechanism Miss Wanyan just mentioned.
Okay, since Mr. Zhongli says so. Here it is. There's some debris scattered here that, when put together, look like they definitely had to do with the god of Salt. According to the inscription on the side, if one looks from a certain angle, the secret to the mechanism will be revealed. See that? Although we activated the mechanism, nothing happened to the seal.
That's because there's actually another mechanism that must be activated.
Another?
Let me lead the way from here.
This place seems familiar. Huh, I remember. I think there's some elemental monuments here. So you're saying they're related? When I investigated the seal last time, I had someone with... But when we...
That's because the secret to the Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Qingse in the north. all desolate and devoid of life. Liyue is vast, yet even one haven is hard to find.
To the north, to the east. Do the people of Liyue always talk in...
I think I've heard this saying before.
Certainly you have. And the contents of this saying are also related to the god of to provide a haven for her people, whose lives had been ravaged by the... At that time, and that haven she...
How sad.
Okay,
Tianheng in the... With this clue...
Shine down! Boom boom! Huh. Let's appraise the value on this.
With you all the way.
Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Jingze in the north. The directions are the clue. Give it another try.
To manifest eternity per the Almighty Shogun's will. That is what I aspire to.
Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Jingze in the north. The directions are the clue. Give it another try.
quick snack? I'll whip one up.
Look! The seal really was broken! Mr. Zhongli is indeed quite remarkable.
It was nothing, really. Now, it's time that people learn the hidden truth lost to time.
Flash!
Boba, get them!
Before entering the ruin, I have a proposal that will help us prevent the kind of senseless arguing between you two that we saw at
Okay.
I propose you two agree upon a contract. To show my sincerity, I
don't agree.
I don't agree either. He will.
Well then, you will have to rely on your own.
If you want me to agree, if we discover.
I can accept. Well then.
I'm so sleepy.
What is the situation?
There is no escape! Motion to compel! Shine down!
Boom!
Illusion shattered!
Time for your assignment!
Let the wind lead.
Just sharpen my spear!
Are these statues?
No. These are people. They were probably followers of the god of salt.
How did they become this way?
What in the world is hidden deep in this room?
Rise!
Look at this! It's filled half...
It just looks like a fancy...
According to my knowledge, it's no...
What?
You're exactly.
able to produce...
Finally, after all that effort, I found precious treasure. I claim this as mine. I just need to pour the endless salt into 1,000 or 10,000 bags. I can sell it...
Hey! How can you use a relic of the god of salt for such a shallow...
If Mr. Clement wants this salt chalice, then the next object we find will belong to Miss Wanyan, according to the contract agreed upon.
Of course, as we agreed. But how can anything be worth more?
Since we have a contract,
Then let's move on. Osmanthus.
I swear by my sword! Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Crumble! Rise!
Just a simple ruler. Doesn't look to be worth anything.
This, if I remember correctly, this is some kind of...
Indeed. But the god of salt imbued it with another. When you stick this ruler in the ground, the surrounding area will become covered in salt, much like a rising tide. The deeper it is stuck in the ground, the more salt will appear. It is essential.
What? That's even better than the salt chalice!
Well then, according to our contract, the salt ruler goes to Miss Wanyan.
No, unacceptable. I paid for and organized this entire expedition. Why should I get the short end of the stick? And this girl has been useless. Why would she get anything?
Oh boy, here we go again.
So you are saying you want to break the contract?
So what if I break it? Now that I've seen how the mechanisms in this ruin work, I no longer need you. Let's not forget who hired who here. Why should I let you make the rule?
Because you agreed to a contract. Rex Lapis once said, "Ones who break their contracts shall suffer the wrath of the rock."
That is one of your Liyue gods. I am from Snezhnaya. I
will suffer the wrath of the rock. You may find it rather unpleasant.
Pay your dues.
Quake! I will have order. Rise!
No escape.
Go as one!
Prepare yourself.
Eat this!
Inazuma shines eternal!
I shall confiscate your treasure as well. You are not worthy to continue any further into the ruin.
Oh, darn you!
Some archaeological Yeah! Good thing Paimon can smell.
Clement's wrongdoing stemmed from when people see the... I think we should...
Huh?
That in truth...
What?
Miss, you aren't I believe those legends...
Okay, that's enough. Sir, you are indeed a man. You're right. Our ancestors were those protected by the god of salt
Oh, right.
during the war. We agreed to a contract that we will face the truth head on, didn't we, Mr. Zhongli?
Naturally, of course. But I must add, Liyue is no longer Morax's Liyue. Come with me. All the answers you seek lie ahead.
Crumble! Rise! Quake! Rise! Crumble! Quake!
There is no escape!
Rise! Nothing to fear. Order guide you.
Glory to the Shogun! Wind, hear me! Now you shall perish! This is... Aha! It's a broken sword! This is proof! This proves that the God of Salt had to fight back! Fight back against the evil Morax! The power of this sword surely is much greater than that of the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler. If we can repair the sword, then we can show the world the mighty power of the God of Salt!
It does look like something left behind.
2 pieces of a broken sword. From an archaeological perspective, these are 2 separate relics. According to...
Why? We were alternating claims to treasure, true. But Clement is no longer here.
Yes. But the only one object per claim clause still holds true. You cannot take 2 relics at the same time.
This logic!
Zhongli, she seems like a good person, and no one is fighting over the treasure. How about you let this one slide?
When there's a contract, nothing can be allowed to slide. If the contract is not followed, then it is...
No! If I only take 1/2, then it can't be repaired, and the power of the God of Salt cannot be restored, no matter what. I must be faithful to her, even if it breaks the contract. I don't care.
So you are already decided? Then there is a price to pay for breaking...
Zhongli!
That is to say, you consign yourself to suffer the wrath of the rock.
That's okay. The God of Salt gave up her life to protect her people. My sacrifice. Punish me however you want. Just let me take this proof of my faith.
No, you can't hit her!
Perhaps that punishment would be easier for her. As punishment, I will
Huh? The truth? You mean the truth is my punishment?
Yes. The truth that I am about to tell you shall be your price to pay for breaking the contract. I'm afraid to say that the God of Salt, Havria, was not the powerful god you imagine her to be. Rather, she was a small and weak god who yielded to all other gods. When it came to war, she lost, never able to win a seat among the 7.
What?
During the Archon War, the gods of this world used all their strength and cunning to vie for control of Tevat. But Havria instead chose to flee. She thought that by giving up before a fight could start, she could save herself and her people from the war. However, during such a long war, there is no end to the advances of aggressors. After making countless concessions, Havria lost all of her lands, until only one small haven.
No.
In her last days, she had not even a single blade to defend her people with.
Not even a single blade?
This sword is not a relic belonging to the God of Salt, but is instead the murder weapon used to kill her.
Murder weapon?
No! That's not true! That can't be true! You're trying to test my faith in the god—
As I said before, I only state the facts.
Preposterous! You are a follower of Morax! Don't try to trick me!
Hey! Hey! Come back!
It is a punishment after all. I did not want to tell her such cruel facts. But the contract was broken. Let's follow her deeper into the ruin. There, I fear, we will find something that will leave her no choice but to face the truth.
Are these statue thingies running? What will we find ahead?
Salt and betrayal.
What are all these? What did they see? What did they do? What
Since you do not trust me, let us continue onward. That which lies beyond this door will show you all that happened. This is the scene of the crime. Havria's body dissipated, leaving nothing but these traces of salt. Her dying moments have since been frozen in time to this very day. The story continues that some among her people realized at last that this gentle, kind, but weak god could never protect anyone in wartime. The Archon War was cruel in the extreme. Instead of consigning her to the agony of defeat, they thought perhaps it would be better to—
But what about these statue thingies?
No matter how weak the god, the power that flows forth when they are slain is beyond the strength of mortal coils to bear. Those who could not flee were thus transformed. Those of her people who were their descendants, but they need not have done so. For how could a god who had never once resisted—
This must be— Don't you dare try—
Yikes. Zhongli didn't show any
This is the price she must pay. Yet I would not, judging by how she appeared, I fear that she will struggle for a time. But even if she may not escape that struggle immediately, simply recognizing the truth, indeed, faith in a god, so it is for Havria. And so, all right then.
Huh?
Treading, one can—
Illusion shattered!
Storm the front!
I swear by my sword! Torn to oblivion! But a momentary distraction.
Now, I mentioned before that many gods of old have been sealed beneath the Guyan stone forest. The Adepti have presently handed Liyue over to mortals, and Havria's time was even further in the past. The Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler that she left behind should not... To leave them here is to let them slumber. And it is also a home. I ended an era with my own two hands. I've always wondered how history records, but history may be changed. I need to find a better way of recording history in order to engrave. Stone carvings were one such ancient method. Therefore, you are one. As long as a traveler like you is able to record what happened, then a backup of sorts will exist for time. Now then, as I said before, this includes thousands of years ago. The Adepti and I fought against the turmoil that plagued every corner of this land. Guyan Stone Forest, where I sealed many gods with my spears. After so long, naught but folk tales remain. Oh, Sile, you and I were foes, but our ancient grudge is but a bygone memory now. May that which Havria has left behind be yours to subsume. And thus another spark of divinity departs from Liyue. My legacy shall now be left to those who come after to debate.